if we're able to relax restrictions in a phased or stepwise fashion and see that there's no effect on the rate of cases around our community, then that will be important information.
The Mobile County Health Department not on board just yet to completely reopen Alabama, but the deadline is approaching. Thursday is the initial end date for Alabama's statewide stay-at-home order. Governor Kay Ivey talking to the president this afternoon about reopening the economy, and tomorrow morning at 11, she's expected to make an announcement.
The goal of that order to slow the spread statewide. Taking a live look now. Alabama reporting 6,500 cases. Mobile County getting closer to 1,000. Baldwin has 166. Washington, Clark, and Escambia counties all reporting 26 each. Monroe County at 11. One major impact of this shutdown, these empty beaches. A live look out over those right now, and that is hitting the economy there certainly just as hard. The waiting game been difficult financially. Gulf Shores' mayor saying many local businesses and their families are barely hanging on.
Yeah, and Michael, with the governor's announcement just less than 24 hours away now, the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office is getting ready to enforce whatever restrictions will come with it. Our Baldwin County reporter Hal Sherrick is joining us now live. And Hal, the Sheriff's Office, well, it covers much of Fort Morgan too.
That's right, Lenise. Many miles of beach here at Fort Morgan, mostly lined with vacation beach rental homes. Now, folks have been antsy to get back on the beaches, as was evident this weekend. The sheriff tells me that his deputies had to ask some locals and visitors alike to leave the beach who had gone out on the beaches. Some beaches on the east, west, and Gulf coasts have already opened back up, and where that's happened, people have flocked to them. With an opening of Alabama's beaches looking more likely for the near future, law enforcement is ready to enforce whatever restrictions come with it. In Baldwin County, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, and the county say they'll treat it like they do spring break, with increased personnel and patrols. Baldwin County Sheriff Hoss Mack says he expects big crowds once closures are lifted, and deputies will have an increased presence along Fort Morgan. He suggests that you know what those restrictions are before you head to the beach.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to get back to whatever the new normal is, but we're trying to get back to, in essence, the quicker that we remain cooperative, that we abide by the guidelines and the suggestions, the quicker we'll get to a full reinstatement.
Sheriff's Office will update whatever restrictions there are that goes along with the openings of the beaches and any changes to those on their social media platforms. And the sheriff says that if you have any questions related to any of those restrictions, that you call local law enforcement before you head to the beach. Of course, we'll have any new notifications of beach openings and what restrictions go with those right here on Fox 10 News. Reporting live in Fort Morgan, I'm Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
Well, the beaches in Florida already starting to reopen slowly. Last week, Santa Rosa and Okaloosa counties announced the beaches there will be open for limited hours starting this Friday, and the same for Panama City beaches. Just over the state line, Escambia County leaders are supposed to be discussing reopening Pensacola Beach tomorrow.
And plenty of people on this side of the bay hoping for that green light to reopen. Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson giving his daily update this afternoon. Our Tyler Fingert is standing by live from downtown Mobile. Tyler, what have we learned today?
Yeah, this is a very important week. Thursday is when that stay-at-home order is set to expire, and as of now, Mayor Sandy Stimpson set to watch closely to see what Governor Kay Ivey is expected to do. That press conference is expected tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in Montgomery. Mayor Stimpson says his team, along with Mobile County's Unified Command, will be watching to help guide their decision going forward. Stimpson says the city of Mobile has a plan that they worked on Friday, and the county and Mobile County Health Department are offering their input. The city says data is driving all of their decisions, but as of now, they just have a plan on paper while they await the governor.
Hopefully that when the governor gives her remarks tomorrow afternoon, then we will be able to follow up with that with saying, what is Mobile's response to how she's opened the gate for us.
Mayor Stimson says he will be releasing his plan once he gets to hear from the governor tomorrow. He also said that he will be having a press conference along with Unified Command sometime tomorrow afternoon. So we will be, of course, bringing that to you because what the governor says will have a direct impact of what Mayor Stimson and the county and Mobile County Health Department will end up deciding. Reporting live in downtown Mobile tonight outside Government Plaza, Tyler Finger, Fox 10 News.
Well, mixed news tonight regarding Airbus and the effects of the coronavirus. We're going to start with some good news, though, for Airbus, the facility at Brookley. Steve Alexander is standing by live now with that information.
You might remember Airbus announced 3 weeks ago it was temporarily stopping production at the facility at Brookley. It is now getting ready to restart, but there are reports about other problems the airline could be facing. Airbus officials tell Fox 10 News tonight that they plan on resuming work at Brookley on Wednesday. They say it will be under the same enhanced, strict hygiene and social distancing measures, the same ones that the company was under before it paused production. However, some major international news outlets like BBC and Reuters are reporting that Airbus's chief executive sent a letter to staff members on Friday. That letter said Airbus was, quote, bleeding cash at an unprecedented speed, which may threaten the very existence of our company, unquote. The report said the CEO also said a plan to cut production rates by a third was actually not even reflective of a worst-case scenario. Airbus says it doesn't comment on internal communications, but today I did talk via Skype with Scott Hamilton. He's with the Leham Company, and that's a company that analyzes the aviation industry. He talked about what could be ahead for Airbus, and especially here in Mobile.
They will probably want to continue the production rate at some reduced level. I believe Mobile is around 6 airplanes before the crisis hit. They may take that down to as little as 1 airplane a month just to keep the airplane warm, as we say in industry jargon. You don't want the line to go cold if you can avoid it.
Well, Hamilton also said that Airbus may not want to open that new A220 facility that's under construction at all. It is under construction and has been set to open later this year. Now, at this point, industry watchers are saying these things are just speculation. Future orders from U.S. airlines may play an important role on what happens. Reporting live, Steve Alexander, Fox 10 News.
Well, now a follow-up to a story we first told you about last week on Fox 10 News. We know nursing homes are especially vulnerable to the coronavirus, but state and county health officials won't tell us which ones have had infections and deaths. Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby has been on this, and he joins us now live. Brendan, have we gotten any more of an explanation from state officials?
No, Michael, we haven't. Last week, Mobile County's top epidemiologist said that it was not, quote, the department's story to tell. But neither she nor the Alabama Department of Public Health cited any state law that blocks the release of that information. Fox 10 News followed up today by filing a formal open records request with the State Health Department. We believe the public is entitled to know this information. Tommy James, an attorney with experience tangling with state agencies in court, tells me the public ought to know as long as the names of specific patients are not released.
It's essential to have transparency with something like this going on with the public health crisis. It's for the safety of the residents. It's for the residents' representatives, family members to be better informed. The risk here with not reporting these individual facilities where there may be corona infection or even deaths is that if a family member, for whatever reason, doesn't get notified, it needs to be in the public domain.
Long-term health care facilities are required by law to report cases to state and federal health agencies. But James says public reporting adds another layer of protection. For James, it's somewhat personal. He says his own father lives in an Alabama nursing home. He adds that even if state law allows the state to withhold this information, it likely can be waived by the governor, and he urged her to do so, as some governors in other states already have. Today is a state holiday, so we did not immediately hear from the state health department, but when we do, we will be sure to let you know on air and online at fox10tv.com. Reporting live for Fox 10 News in Mobile, this is Brendan Kirby.
Well, as we mentioned at the top of the hour, the state is under a stay-at-home order through Thursday. All non-essential businesses are closed and non-work-related gatherings of 10 people or more are prohibited. Governor Ivey and State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris worked through the weekend on a timetable to reopen, and they're set to make that announcement tomorrow morning at 11. You can watch it right here on Fox 10 News. We'll bring it to you on air as soon as it starts.